I hope that after the lunch break you are ready to listen to the next presentation. My name is Magdalena Kubisa. This is my colleague Michał Ajduk. We both work at Play in projects introducing extra services for our customers. I am responsible for the business aspects, Michał for the technical ones. And today's presentation will be about apps monetization based on mobile operators' technical infrastructure. This sounds a little bit complicated to me, so I have another slide with a simpler words. This will be presentation about startups, about Play, and about money. Because today I want to tell you how you can use our interface called Play API to use our billing in your applications and to have easy charging of a client using your application. And on the other hand, I want also to tell you how you can use our marketing channels to promote your application. So, developers, UX designers, and startups should find something interesting in these presentations, because we want to tell you how can you use our charging mechanism, how to do it well, and how we can together make money out of it. Let's start with answering the question, why do we think that it's worth to investigate the topic of mobile applications and to talk with mobile applications developers? Does any of you know the term nomophobia? Has anyone heard it? No? Okay, this is the term describing fear of losing touch with your mobile phone. It comes from the words no mobile phone phobia. And actually there were a study in United Kingdom 5 years ago, and this is where the term comes from. And these are the results of these studies. Over 90% of people feel either panicked, either desperate, either sick if they have no phone. Only 6% feel relieved. So I have another question for you. If you are going to work or to university and you are going to spend there 8 hours or something like this, and 10 minutes after you left home, you realize that you left the wallet at home, how many of you would go back home to take the wallet? Raise your hand. Okay. And if it was a phone? So few. You would left your phone at home. Actually, people ask these questions. 92% of them said that they would come back to take the phone, whereas wallet only 64%. So these numbers and the previous slides shows us that mobile phone is no longer just a device. This is a crucial part of our life. This is something what is the basic thing we carry with us, and it's really important to have it. And this is why we are investigating mobile applications, because with mobile applications you bring this what you need to your phone. So what can we do together, developers and mobile operator? Let's first have a look at our needs and at user needs. What a mobile phone user needs is an application that is really, really useful for him. Either this is a game for fun or some tool which helps him in his normal life. He wants to have a useful application. This is something what brings user to the developer, because you are creating these applications. But, okay, if I find an application that I really, really like, I am eager to pay something for these applications, but to make this payment, I would need easy and trusted payment method. And that is something what would bring me to my mobile operator. Why? Because I know on my mobile operator, I get an invoice every month from my mobile operator, and I pay this invoice. Really, believe us, people are paying the mobile bills. Okay, and if I'm a developer and I have an application, what do I need? A user base, users for my applications. So I can go directly to the users, but I can go also to the mobile operator, because mobile operator has a huge user base and the marketing means to get to this user base. What else? If you want to earn on your applications, you need to have some payment methods for the users. So this is also something what would bring you to the mobile operator and to the bill, as I mentioned before, a great place where I could put payments for mobile applications. And as a mobile operator, what do we need? We need a value which we can give to our customers. And this is something what we believe that developers can give us. So we go to the developers. And if we give value to our customers, they are willing to pay for this value. So this could give us revenues from our users, which we can share. And just one more digression about payment methods. A few months ago, we did some research, marketing research, trying to find out why so few people in Poland are paying for the mobile applications in the app stores. We expected to find the answers like, I'm not sure if the application is value my money. I don't know how the purchase process looks like. It's too complicated. I'm afraid about the safety of my credit card data. But in many cases, really majority of cases, the answer was as simple as that. I do not owe a credit card. And this is the basic problem in Poland, that many people who are using the applications, games, they do not own the credit cards. Okay, so now if we look at what each of us has, play, payments, user base, marketing, developers, brilliant ideas, ready applications, we strongly believe that if we connect all of this together, we can all get some profits of it. So we decided to create a Play for Future program. What is Play for Future? This is the new way of cooperation between mobile operator and business sector. This is dedicated both for startups and for experienced companies. And the idea behind is to promote innovative ideas, bringing value to the users. What does the Play for Future offers? First of all, payment methods. We developed an interface which allows you to use our billing system. And there are two possible ways of charging. The first one is monthly charges, where you can very easily, with few clicks, change the application's users into regularly paying users. And the second method for simple purchases. And the other side of our offer is user base and marketing tools. You can just have a look at the marketing channels which we have, how we can reach our clients. This is our Facebook fan page, almost 2 million. This is blog where we have 300,000 regular readers. These are SMS campaigns in which we can reach directly our users. Since 2 months we have operators channel in Google Play where we can recommend applications. And we have around 1,000 points, physical point of sales in the whole Poland, where we also can promote some services applications. What is important for us? What do we want to get? We want to get ideas, innovative, unique, something where we can find a potential behind the ideas. It is important what kind of business model is behind the idea. What is the pricing? If what you offer is worth this price. If the pricing model is adequate to the idea. If you have a way to convert people from the free users to the paying users. We would like to promote applications which are available for the major mobile systems. And very important, user experience. Simple, intuitive design is something what we value very, very much. I will show you two examples which we already realized with two partners. One example for the recurrent subscriptions and one example for the single purchases. I will show it from the user perspective and promotion which we did. After Michał will show you what is behind and what happens actually when the user clicks. I will just talk about the clicks. So, the first service with Audioteka.pl. Monthly subscriptions. Why? Because it's convenient. You don't have to have a credit card or even bank account. This is recurrent. Users easily become permanent users, and we can give them better offer because they are coming back every month, paying every month. And this is fast. You get the service just in few clicks. What is the service about? You pay monthly, and in each month you are allowed to download one selected audiobook from Audioteka portfolio. You pay 90.99 PLN monthly. You get some extra from the mobile operator because you don't have to pay for the data transfer while downloading the audiobook. And with this offer, we can give prices which are up to 60% better than standard prices in Audioteka. How it looks from the user perspective, the activation of the service. If I open Audioteka application on my phone, it automatically detects that I have a Play SIM card. So I have the Play version. I get the legal stuff, which is always the first step in Audioteka. It's licensing and its rule about pricing. After I accept this, I get the information that I can get cheaper service in Play, only $19.99, and now I can either use the service or just go to the books library. If I choose to see the service, to activate the service, I just get the info how it works. On each month on the operator's bill, you will have this price added, and you will have one book per month. If I accept, it's done. So just 3 clicks and the service is active on my account. Just to show you, if I'm an active user of the service and I found some interesting book, here in the payment methods I can see standard payments, which is either Google Play, either using some credit card, or I can see that I have one book in Audioteka.pl, so I can use it. If I want to use my point, I just click it, confirm, and I have a book. Okay, now for this partner, what kind of promotions we did? Regularly we put some information on our Facebook account, on our Facebook wall, promoting the phones with audiobooks or the audiobooks itself, like this. We also did install app promotion, which are paid ads in Facebook. Actually, when you're looking on the Facebook on your mobile, you can see ads like this, and they just direct you to the Google Play. So you just click and then you can download the application. And we also had a TV ad. Okay, second example, our partner Google Play. We started in beginning of August. The service, you can buy applications in Google Play, adding them to your phone bill in Play. Why? Because it's convenient, you don't have to have a credit card. Because it's safe, you give your phone number and you confirm it with your password. And it's fast, you get the application just in few clicks. How does it look like? If I go to Google Play, actually here you can also see If you go to applications, you can see play channel over there, and you can see our recommendations there. If you choose an application, and then you press the price where you can buy the application, you get the information about the applications, what it can do. And and then if you get here, you get the information that this amount will be added to your bill in Play. So you confirm it. You give your password, and it's done. Okay, what kind of promotion we did for this partner? We talked to the 9 different application vendors. We did a promotion when the price was taken down to 2.99 for the whole Poland. So actually we did the promotion not only for the Play users but to all users. And especially for the Play users, the first applications which you are buying using this method, you will get for 1 grosz, which is Polish 1 penny. We prepared 10 spots involving our sellers from the TV campaign, which you probably know. So I will just show you one of them. These spots are shown in YouTube, Ipla, and all the streaming services.
Aplikacja Endomondo Pro za 1 malutki grosik w Play. Nie musisz mieć karty kredytowej. Sprawdź tutaj co i jak.
Pierwsza aplikacja za grosz. Kto pierwszy, ten lepszy. Play.
Okay, and now I will give floor to my friend Michał. He will tell you what actually happens behind all this.
Okay, hello, hi. I'm going to tell you what's behind the scene in the examples Magda gave, and it's not any kind of sophisticated technology, so it's rather simple. So I'll just tell you what's available in the API, because it's mostly about charging and subscriptions, but it's also about network capabilities like calls and messaging. And then I'll tell you how to access the API, give you an example of how it looks, and then I'll just discuss the examples Magda gave with a bit technical insight into it. So what's included in the API? Basically, is the direct billing, which is adding money to an invoice, or at the moment it's available in postpaid, so you need to have agreement with the operator, but next year we're planning to introduce it also for prepaid. So it's basically adding your application to the invoice. There is also subscription management API, so this is the one for Audioteca. There is API for permission, so that user can allow you to charge him or her. As you could notice in the case of both Audioteca and Google Play, there is some process of registration. So this is it, and there are APIs related to typical cell network capabilities like sending SMS, MMS, or USSD. There's API for telephony, so creating calls, monitoring the call status, and also API for querying to which operator specific user belongs. This APIs has the advantage of not using the actual mobile phones. They are network initiated, so they do not consume power on the mobile phone. And how to access all this? Generally, the API is designed to be accessed from your backend server. Usually, it's like this: that you have an application which is a kind of a front end to something that you have in a backend. It may be a simple scoreboard for a game, or something more sophisticated, like email server for Gmail, for example. So the API is designed to be used by your backend server. Basically, it's based on HTTPS, on SSL. It's encrypted. You get a certificate from us. You give us your server certificate to be trusted, and that's pretty much all the registration process. After that, you get an API key which uniquely identifies your application, and that's all. You can use it now. The API is rather simple, as you can see here. There is a command line example. So using it is simple like this. All you need to have is simple HTTP client that supports SSL, and that's all. You just give the certificate that you were given, and you can use it. What you get is a REST-like API with object representation, which can be either XML or JSON. So probably you know what is this. In these objects you receive, if it was SMS, you receive whether it was sent or stuff like this. Also, since it's server to server API, you can register your server's URL so that you get SMS notifications and stuff like this. So for example, you can use a shortcut for your applications like 1234, and you will receive messages sent to this number. Or you can use even longer number, and all the messages sent to this number will be directed to your application. What's next? In every example you've seen from Magda, both Google or the Audioteca, user had to give permission to be registered to the subscription or to be charged. So this is the some kind of basic functionality of the API. User can be authenticated either by using mobile phone in our network. So if he uses data in our network, we can identify him, and he doesn't have to log in or anything like this. User can also be authenticated using SMS or a simple login page if it's web-based application. The technology we use is OAuth, and generally it's more or less the same that is used in Google API or Facebook API. Works the same. The libraries that are designed for either Google or Facebook will work with this API. Generally, it's an RFC draft, so it's standard. And how does it work? Well, this scheme may seem a bit complicated, but actually but this is handled by the library, so you don't really need to care about it. Generally, when user goes to web page, it can be a web page or it can be from a mobile application. If it's a web page, he logs in, gives permission for the application to charge him or to send SMS in his name or to receive his calls, and that's all. When this is done only once, user will be able to use it. If user does this process from his mobile phone or from application, he doesn't have to put any login credential. His phone number is immediately authenticated because it's in the cell network, so we can identify him without logging in. And the first example from Magda's examples. So this is the API for direct billing. It's generally designed for one-time purchases. So, for example, in this case, you give your application to Google Store, but also you can sell your application outside of Google Store using this payment method, or you can sell some kind of content in your application using this method. First, user, as in previous example, need to log in or give permission to be charged. This may happen once or may happen after each before each purchase. The usual scenario is that it happens each time the user tries to buy something. After the user gives permission to be charged, there is a charging process. So from the previous example, you can remember the screen saying buy. After the user clicks this, the money is reserved in our billing system. This is done through API, single API call. You receive transaction ID, and then after the money is reserved successfully, the user gets the confirmation, and after some time, if the transaction is not cancelled, it is automatically charged to the account. Each reservation is visible for the user in our self-care, so that the users are able to check if the transaction is completed, if it was cancelled, and they can trace whatever they bought. This is very important for the user to be able to see what exactly they were charged for, in order not to complain that they were charged for something they don't recognize or something like this. They spent, I don't know, 200 zlotys and they don't actually know what it is. So they have the detailed view of what they have purchased and when and how much did it cost. Also, in the charging request, there is a description. This description will be on the invoice, and also it will be visible in the self-care. This description includes name of the developer that developed the application, name of the application or the content, and also contact details for the developers, so that in case something goes wrong and the application doesn't work or the user need to complain somehow, he can contact directly with the application's developer. Also, in case of Google Store, user is able to return the application within 15 minutes, or if it's a complaint and this complaint will be successful, the user will be return the money. So the API has the possibility for you or as the API user to also refund the money for the transaction that was previously committed. In case of user complaints and it turns out that the complaint was valid. And the other example is based on subscriptions, because the direct billing API is intended for single purchases. Here we have a subscription, and this subscription is also visible in the services that the user has. User is able to switch it on from multiple channels. This includes switching on this kind of subscription using SMS, using self-care, basically anything, or even calling a call center or going to Play Store, the physical Play salon, and enabling the subscription for the service. It's used by Audioteka, by some other services, and also it's rather simple. So what happens when the user clicks activate on the application? The backend of Audioteka requests a SMS token to be sent to the user. The user receives this token, or actually Audioteka application that show the page receives this token, puts it into another request, requesting to activate a subscription. And after a few minutes, when the subscription is activated in our billing system, user is notified that the subscription is active, and Audioteka confirms that the subscription was successfully activated. And the last example, which is not fully about charging, because all these examples were basically about charging, and this is the main value added that we offer for you. But what goes with this is also API for the network capabilities, so you can enrich your application. For example, you can create a use case that the user is notified via SMS or via call, even if the phone is off. Or for example, you can create intelligent calendar which sends SMS notifications about birthday, or even sends birthday greetings from the user's phone number to their relatives or friends. And this is something like this. This allows to create a web page where, for example, contact web page that does not include typical form where you put some basic information and is able to send an email. Here you can create a web page where you click and you get connected to the call center. So let's go to the example. We've got the web page, and there is a call button. In this case, I'm logged in, so this web page knows my phone number. But if you're not logged in, obviously the user can put their contact number, and they click to call, and the web page, if actually we have internet, the web page calls back. Okay. I don't know why it's the registering. Okay. So it calls back, and Magda is actually call center, so she got a call for me. There may be much more stuff like this, so you can monitor the call. You can show to the user that the call was connected or the call was rejected, or something like this. You can send SMS to the user. You can receive SMS from the user. So I guess that's all from the technical part, and let's conclude.
Okay, I'm back just for a few less minutes. Few more words about Play for Future. You already know more or less what is it. So how do we work? We have a support team who is going to visit different events like startup weekends, hackathons, and that's why we are here today and also tomorrow during the hackathon. We are interested in solutions in different areas: security, insurance, and health, business and productivity, entertainment and lifestyle. We have team of experts who can give you some recommendations or can give you some advices concerning your business ideas, your target group choice, ideas for monetization of the app, technical solution, possibility of using our charging methods, and possibility of promoting the applications. And if you are interested in any of this, it's very easy to start, because if you want to get in touch with one of our experts, it's enough to send an email to future@play.pl. And that's all from us. Do you have any questions?
I got the technical one. Do you expose some sandbox API?
Generally, we have some sandbox API, and it's a bit limited to the fact that you still need to get the certificate. You need to send an email to this address to get access to the Sandbox API, and obviously you need to tell what you're planning to do with it. You can register your phone or some group of phones for the API, and you can play with it.
Okay, thanks.
Your showcases were for Android platform, but you also mentioned iOS. And I have a very simple question. How does your program comply with Apple App Store Terms of Services, which states that apps that unlock or enable additional features or functionality with mechanisms other than the App Store will be rejected?
In these cases, like for Audioteca, the subscription can be run from the web page, for example, or we also do this for WIMP, which is also in iOS. But to actually activate the subscription, you have to go to their web page, give your phone number, get the SMS on the phone, write the password. You get the password via SMS, write it down through the web page, and it's activated also. So this is how we deal with this.
How do you handle in this system the aspects of data privacy and data security? I wasn't entirely sure how that happened, but you said that the web page knew your phone number. But in general, for example, if an application runs on one of your customers' phones, what can it, for example, deduce from running on your phone by simply querying, for example, some APIs?
Okay, so there are few things. Your application may be server-based or simply web-based application. In this case, you need to log in, and you can log in using one-time SMS password. So you just put your phone number and you get one-time password, you put it in and you're logged in. So this is how the application may know your phone number. Or if the application is on the phone and the phone is using 3G or wherever G network, then the systems in the network know the phone number of the user, and so they are able to identify it. And in this case, your application doesn't have to anyhow handle the data that's on the device. So identification is generally network-based in this case.
Yes, but I'm putting my evil hat on here. If the application runs on a phone for whatever reason and queries your APIs, because, for example, it obtained the certificate necessary to talk to your APIs, can it get the SIM card's phone number from that and other information?
If the certificate, generally the API is not meant to be run from an application on the phone, on the device. This is the API is meant to server, so we can extend the example to any case that the certificate of the third party or partner was leaked. In such case, there are limits on the use of API.
Okay, but is there a situation if something runs on the phone, can it learn anything about the subscription by trying to talk to your APIs as service? That's what I'm trying to understand here.
No, because generally the API is accessed not directly from the phone.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Thank you.
Okay.
Any other questions? you said that one of the main reasons people in Poland don't buy apps is the fact that their cards are not allowed to do this. So have you observed any change in buying patterns after you launched the service, allowing to buy apps in Google Play Store using Play's account?
It's not a very easy question because the previous patterns only Google has them. So it's really hard to answer the question if the if the people are buying more apps into Google because Google owns this data. We know that we have a few hundreds of transactions daily right now, and we started just 2 months ago. I don't think that it's very popular. I think that we can get much more. So we believe that it will bring the change, but we are just starting this process.
Okay, thanks.
Well, you said something that the customer can ask for a refund if he finds some issues in the application. Could you please say something more detailed about this?
Okay, so generally there are a few things about it. First thing, you can put your application in the Google Store, and it can be paid application. Have you ever put a paid application in the Google Store? Any of you? Really? No, nobody? Okay, so generally when you put it, people will buy it, hopefully, and they will pay for it. But some percent of the people will find it not working, or will think that there are some issues with this application. They will contact you, they will want you to give their money back, and so on. Obviously there are various ways of handling such a situation. You can handle it by simply telling that we don't have any refund policy, but this isn't the best because such a person will immediately write negative opinion about the application or something like this. You can investigate it further, contact the person, and if it turns out that actually there is something wrong with the application, in case of Google you can refund the money. So you can cancel this transaction and the money will be refunded. And if you directly use the API also allows you to do exactly the same thing. So if the transaction was confirmed and the user paid for the application, you can refund the money for the application, and it's obviously up to you if the user is still able to use it or not. In case of Google, the application is removed from the device in such case.
Our general approach is that in the direct billing, so in the single purchases, we give the contact details on the billing. So actually we tell the user go to the provider to ask about the application, and if you're not satisfied, contact with the provider. For these recurrent subscriptions, we usually handle the any complaints together. So our call center also takes it and sends it to the third party. But here we would need much more guarantees from the developer side that it would go right.
Yeah. No other questions?
So thank you very much, and if you have any further questions about the Play for Future, you can ask me or Michał or Bartek somewhere on the coffee break or wherever. Thanks.